we have how many of each atom are there indicated in the formula of aluminum sulfite. Okay, atoms in aluminum sulfite. So now in this question, they have already given us the molecular formula, but if they hadn't, let's just visualize how we would go through this. So the key thing here is that luckily for us, we do know what aluminum is. It's our cation in this case. So we refer to the periodic table and we see where it is. It's on the 13th column, so we know that aluminum would be Al. Because of the 13th column, we have it that it has 3 valence electrons. So the easiest thing for it to do would be to get rid of those 3. So that's what we have, Al3+. That would be the aluminum cation. Okay? So now sulfite, this one's a lot more trickier because unfortunately you do have to memorize these because there's different types of ites and ates anions. So for example, I personally like to start with sulfate and then work from there. So the sulfate ion, based on what I memorized, is SO4 2-. That right there is sulfate. I'm going to write it here so there's no confusion. Okay. In order to go from sulfate to sulfite, the rule is actually that you subtract 1 oxygen. So that's why I like to start with sulfate, because it's, to me, the easiest one to memorize at first. And then when you start changing the suffix, you can kind of know what steps to take from there. So the sulfite ion will be -1 oxygen. So it'll be SO3. But here's a part that's important. The charge stays the same. 2-. This is an aluminum sulfite ion. Okay. So now in order to balance out the charges, we need the least common multiple, because right now we have a 3+ and a 2-. Okay. When we send this to where they can both cancel each other out total. So the least common multiple here is 6. So we would need then 2 of the aluminum and 3 of the sulfite, because in total we should get 6 positive charges and 6 negative charges. Okay. So then now if we were to rewrite this, hopefully we get the same formula as what they said in the beginning of the question. We have now Al2, comma, SO3, 3. And let's see here. Exactly. Al2, comma, SO3, 3. Perfect. Okay. So now they actually are asking how many of each atoms are there indicated. The cool thing about this question is that this is actually the step you would take before you solve for the molar mass, because you would then add the constituents of each atom, like how many atomic mass units each atom contributes. So if we looked at this, as we've now solved it, we have 2 aluminum. Okay, so that's 2 aluminum in there. And in here we have to make sure we multiply inside. So to both atoms in there, we would then say we have 3 sulfurs. Okay. And here, this is why you have to multiply both in the inside. It's not 3 oxygen. It's not 6 oxygen because we're adding. We're multiplying 3 times 3. So we have now 9 oxygens total. Okay. So in regards to this question, how many of each atoms are there indicated in the formula? We would say 2 aluminum, 3 sulfur, and 9 oxygen. And that is actually what they say here. As you can see, 2 aluminum, 3 sulfur, and 9 oxygen. Now let's move on to question number 5.